portion of the oval. Now being modified, the original road course was completed in the year 2000. On the right are the original VIP suites built in 1973. We are riding on the very same 2.5 miles used by the drivers almost 100 years ago. Only the surface has changed. During the fall of 1909, down went 3,200,000 paving bricks, which is why the track still carries the nickname, the Brickyard. And where are the bricks today? Well, about 85% of the way around, they're still there, buried under several layers of asphalt. The most recent repaving job took place in the fall of 2004. And if you think you may have spotted a golf course on either side, well, you have. It first opened in 1929. It's been revamped a couple of times since, most recently in 1993 by the world-famous Pete Dye, who used to live in Indianapolis. There are now 4 holes inside the track and 14 over on the right. The old course was once a major stop on the PGA Tour, the 500 Open being held between 1960 and 68. Each September between 1994 and 2000, the seniors played here. The 3-2-1 markers over on the outside fence are 100-yard reference points for entering turn 3. 500 drivers will make the turn at about 220 miles an hour. The NASCAR drivers, with cars which are double the weight, will go through at about 170 miles an hour.
I'll do 35.
The fastest ever completed here by 500 drivers have been right at 240 miles an hour. That means negotiating a 2.5-mile lap in less than 38 seconds. Or to put it another way, it's the equivalent of traveling down a football field in about 9/10 of 1 second. When we are in the turns, you will see the famed safer barriers up against the walls. They have done much to absorb the energy in the event of an accident resulting in wall contact. The safer barriers are coming into more and more use at major tracks, but the very first one was installed at this one in 2002. Over on the left are the final turns of the road course on their way to linking up again with the oval. Carl Fisher had 3 partners, one of whom was James Allison, founder of the famed Allison Engineering. They sold the Speedway in 1927 to a group headed up by World War I flying ace, Captain Eddie Rickenbacker, who had in fact been a regular 500 driver before he ever learned how to fly a plane. In 1945, the track was sold to Anton Holman Jr. of Terre Haute, and it has remained in the Holman George family for over 60 years. And there's never been any tax dollars used here. The track is privately owned. Out of turn 4 and onto the main straightaway, corporate suites and double-decker grandstands. Can you imagine going all the way down there in 9 seconds? Drivers making pit stops used to drive all the way down the straight and pull over to their respective pit. In 1957, a separated pit lane was installed, and it may have been the first of its kind anywhere in the world. The current 500 cars have to stop several times during the race. They'll take on up to 22 gallons of fuel and change 4 wheels in about 13 seconds. And they don't use gasoline. From